Okay, so assigning materials for vertex groups and making vertex groups. That's something that I haven't showed you before. And I thought it was about time to do that. Okay, so I made this bunny, and it wasn't supposed to be an Easter bunny, but just a plush toy or something. So, all right, let's start working on this. So actually, I think I'll, because I already have some vertex groups on this bunny and also some materials. I think I'll just copy another bunny that doesn't have them yet. And yeah, it's this one. So let's copy it on totally another file and make a new one. Okay, get rid of this one. And there's my bunny. Can you hear me all right, by the way?
I think so.
Good. When we get back to Mediapolis, I have to, again, adjust my voice into like a classroom voice. But that's another thing. Okay, so I actually had a plush toy, a soft toy like this or similar to this when I was a little kid, and it had an overall. And I thought that that would be like a nice project to make a bunny with an overall. And let's see. Right now, it doesn't have any materials except like this very basic material. So here we go. And what I want to do is I want to assign different materials to different parts of this mesh. Show you how it's done. Oh, by the way, I think I'll change the shape of him a little bit. And that's it. Okay. Make him fatter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a kind of a problem for me that when I'm teaching 3D, then I start tweaking my model, and instead of showing what I wanted to show. Okay, let's stop tweaking the model and get into it. So what I want is to have like these paws, like a separate vertex groups, and also the legs, and also the like head and ears, and then I want to have like separate material for the inner part of the ears. So quite simple actually. And I think I'll start with a pause, and let's go to front view and wireframe shading. And I'll just select these, because I think you have been wondering if there are ways to save your selections. And the vertex groups are a way to do that. So I'm doing this just by shift. And as you might remember, the reason I went into wireframe was that now I can select everything, also what's behind the mesh or inside the mesh. So now I click Z and go back to solid mode, and let's make the selections a little bit better. So I click now C and I paint the selection. And from this paint select mode, I get out by clicking enter. Again, C, which makes it easy to select and enter. And there are a couple of faces still missing from the selection. And let's see what's going on with the legs. Do I need to have, okay, I think I'm happy with this selection. Of course, I could have the head into the same selection, but I think I'll keep the paws in this one now. So the next thing to do is I go to object data properties, and there's this vertex groups. So I click a plus, and now this is not enough yet. I have to assign this group of vertices into this here. So I click assign, and there is preciously little feedback if it's assigned or not. So I don't like this, but that's how you have to do it. So I call this group pause. Now if I deselect them and I click select on pause, so you can see it's selecting the vertex group again. So it's simple and powerful. Then let's take the head and do the same. Okay. And I think I want to have a little bit more selection down here to make it look like an overall. So I just use the C selection tool for this and start painting. Okay. And the back side. And then I shift select, deselect these two faces and enter. And I think this is my, oh, there's one missing. My next vertex group. So I click a plus, assign, and then I call this head. And I would need also the ears, which I would do in the same manner. My selection brush is a little bit big here. Select that one. And there we go. And I'll create another vertex group and assign it for ears. And then I need another one, a fourth one for the body, for the overall, which I will do by first selecting all of these. Select. And select. So now everything else is selected, but what I want to be the overall. So invert this selection and one more vertex group, assign it, and then I call it overall. Okay, and now I have all the vertex groups I want. I mean, I could assign materials to these vertices without vertex groups. That's not a problem, but I want to find them later on when I'm working. So I think it's clearer to do it this way than just go to materials and then start assigning materials to vertices. But yeah, I like to be a little bit systematic here with this one. Okay, so now there's one material for the whole mesh. So I need to create more materials inside the mesh. So here I go add a material slot, and maybe it's good to now go into the material preview so I can actually see what I'm doing better. Okay, so I create a new material slot. Also click here for plus. And now I need to click this assign to get it work. So there needs to be like a selection of vertices. I need to be in edit mode to do this, and then I can assign these vertices to this material. And it was as easy as that. And now let's see if that works. Let's change the base color. As you can see, it works. And then, okay, let's deselect these and go back to the vertex groups, and I'll select the pores now. Select and go back to materials. Again, create a new material slot for these. And then new and assign. And I'll change this. Okay, and of course I could name these materials. I'll name this skin and this overall. And I want to have the skin material also for the head for now. So I'll go and deselect everything else first, and then select the vertices for the head. Then back to materials. And now I want to have the skin material for this one too. But first, okay, I'll first create a material slot for that. And then I can just take the skin from here. And that should be enough. Okay, and I didn't do it. So I did something wrong. I didn't press the assign, of course. Okay. And then there were the ears. So you probably know how this goes already. Select. Then to materials. Create a new slot. And assign them, and then I put this dark red. Oh, yeah, why not? Although I think rabbit ears are bright whiter in color than the skin. Am I right? They're not exactly pink.
It depends. Like if you have like a white rabbit, then it's like darker, but I'm not sure about other color.
Yeah, but this is not a like realistic rabbit anyway, in case you haven't noticed.
Then it doesn't matter what looks realistic and not, because you can just choose. Yeah. Make them green.
Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe purple is good. Dark purple. Anyway, so now that these are assigned, oh, by the way, I'll call this ears material. Now that they are assigned, I can get any sort of material into these material slots, like, for instance, materials that I've made in Substance software. I think there's a mistake in the selection here, but I did it. This was very quick. Okay.
Well, I guess it's a good time to ask then, if you make a mistake like that, can it be fixed later? Like, can you?
Of course.
Yeah. Sure. So if you can show how to edit the vertex groups after making them.
Well, I can just make a new. I can remove, for instance, the selection from this vertex group and make a new one. Or here, as it's only one face, I could just as easily go directly to the materials and assign another material to it, like the skin, because it should be skin. So yeah, this was like a quick fix. So as I said, I can assign materials to any vertices or faces that I have selected. I don't need to have the without making any vertex group. But we're going to use the vertex groups in like later many things, which is why I wanted to show them to you already. Okay, and yeah, by the way, it was purely coincidental that I made this bunny, and it's almost Easter. I'll call this little bunny, Pikku Pup. Okay, so that was it for this lesson. Any questions about this?